Damjan Ilic said, and this isn't just him, many people asked this, thoughts on Dr. Jordan Peterson. Okay, so everybody get ready. Get that finger right over that dislike button. Here you go, because this is gonna happen. There's certain people you're not allowed to criticize on the internet without them taking a shit on your face. One of them is Sam Harris. Another one is, Jordan Peterson. There's a few people where it's like, don't say a bad word about them. Well, here it comes. Dr. Jordan Peterson is thoroughly overrated. So, the bar for intellectual, and we just touched on this in the previous segment, but it has to be said. The bar for intellectual has to be more than just against social justice warriors. So, okay, I get it. You're against social justice warriors, which means you're against oversensitive snowflake college kids who like to ban speakers who disagree with them. Good, I'm glad you're against them. I'm against them too. Welcome to the club. That's not hard. That's not difficult to be against those people. And what we're seeing is, unfortunately, on the internet, we're at the point now where, as long as somebody's against social justice warriors, they can have a plethora of hilariously stupid opinions, and they're still treated as, oh, the Dr. Jordan Peterson. What an intellectual. Oh my God, he's so smart. Well, look, I've seen a lot of the stuff he's said, and I'm not impressed. I'm against social justice warriors. Whoop-de-frickin-do. You know what else a position of his is? He's against porn. I'm pausing for dramatic effect. Because, man, that is a heaping load of stupid, pun intended. He's against porn. So, Mr. Anti-Social Justice Warrior happens to agree with the social justice warriors on the right, the fundamentalist Christians who say porn is evil and bad and wrong. Another segment I watched of his, when he was, I guess, teaching a lecture or something, he says that, it's only crude economists who think that there are people who fight wars for natural resources. Excuse you? That's just the ramblings of an ignorant person who doesn't know anything about U.S. foreign policy or the history of geopolitics post-World War II. Really? Simple-minded people say people fight wars for natural resources. The evidence says people fight wars for natural resources. Now, of course, there's other things they fight wars for, of course. But to downplay the effect of wars over natural resources, how naive are you? How ignorant are you? He also endlessly makes goofy arguments about atheism. I saw the Amazing Atheist retweeted one the other day when Jordan Peterson was on Rubin's show. Peterson says, "Oh yeah, Harris. He makes arguments against Christianity while he buys into Christian metaphysics." And Rubin's like, "What do you mean by that?" And Peterson's like, "Well, he doesn't rob, he doesn't murder, he doesn't steal." So because he doesn't do those things, he's bought into a Christian worldview. Because Sam Harris, otherwise he would be robbing and stealing, and he needs the Christian framework in order to figure that out, to not rob and murder fucking people. These are just like, it really is the arguments that you get from fucking Ken Ham or some shit on that issue. So the flowing adoration for this man, it's just over the top and honestly silly. He does Deepak Chopra level sophistry about, Christianity. He argued that proof is impossible without God, and that faith in God is a prerequisite for all proof. A buddy of mine pointed out, and I thought this was a good point, that how he initially got this fame recently is he was refusing to refer to transgender people by their preferred pronoun, I think. And, it was made this whole free speech issue. Now, there's no law against misgendering people, nor should there be. I wouldn't fire the guy. I wouldn't have any consequences for him calling transgender people by the pronoun they don't prefer. But that's also not a free speech issue. You're just a dick. It's not heroic to say, "Oh, I'm not going to call you by your preferred pronoun." It's just weird. And like you have some weird issue with it. But even if you're skeptical of it, okay, that still is inconsequential to whether or not you'll just call somebody what they want to be called. You're not taking some sort of brave moral stand. You're just being weird. You're just, no, I don't want to call you that. Okay, but I want to be called that. No. I'm going to call you the other thing. That's not heroic. That's not bold. That's not brave. It's just weird. Because even from other conservatives, you often hear them say, whatever, I think it's strange. I might not agree with it, but if they want me to call them that, fine, I'll call them that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But not Dr. Jordan Peterson, no. He took a brave stand on calling people things they don't want to be called. Hero if you ask me.